recognized and awarded. It's really heartening to see that. Entrepreneurship. I have 5 ideas that I would like to share with you today. The first is where we talk about entrepreneurship and its philosophy. So an entrepreneurship which is aimed only at revenue generation or at job creation without a deep-rooted philosophy may be helpful to you, may be helpful to your family, may be helpful to your social group which you belong to. But you dig in deeper. The entrepreneurship, if it's at fundamental level and has deep roots, it can not only impact yourself, your family, your immediate social group, it can impact the entire society at large. I was on a jury recently to evaluate 40 under 40 for Business World. And there were 180 entrepreneurs from all over the country who participated in it. And 40 were to be recognized. Never easy, because everybody has their own idea of innovation. And not all of them become successful very quickly. A lot of people take a lot of time to be successful. Now, when I was evaluating it, and I was looking at what is fundamental, all innovations or all application of entrepreneurship were at application level, using a technology which has been created by somebody else, either for the purpose of, doing a particular business, making a business easier, making a service easier, making a product, let's say, even face creams and moisturizers and whatnot. So everything was being brought up and being put up as an innovation. Really what caught my attention was 2 people from Bihar who had generated a business in like 4 to 5 years, and they were dealing with the solar cells and creating a lot of innovations around improving solar, and they had a business which was already about 1600, 1700 crores, 1600 crores worth of business. And there were a lot of others who had created a lot of pomp and a lot of visibility for them, but may not have been anywhere close to these people. When I asked them that, what is the support you got from government or local administration? And like Sirsaji in the morning was saying, most of it was negative rather than being positive. So these are struggles which each entrepreneur anyway has to go. But the philosophy that they were carrying was very simple. They were not after the money. They were not after helping themselves, because they were both engineers from very good colleges. But their idea was that their villages were really having big electricity problems. It started from there. And one after the other, they kept on adding villages after villages after villages. And they, in a way, liberalized the idea of, making it a social concept rather than a financial concept. So I think it was a significant, and with, we have presence from Power Finance Corporation also, so he knows, Saurabh, who delivered a very pertinent set of ideas. And even before him, Dr. Batra and Dr. Rashmi Singh, both of them had significant ideas in terms of how entrepreneurship is changing the course. I come from the space of technology. 20 years back, I was a researcher at IIM Ahmedabad, and I was put on to a government-appointed committee which was to evaluate the dealer commission, for HSD and MS, motor spirits and high-speed diesel, petrol and diesel basically, as to what should be the dealers getting, and it had high interest from every lobby. Everybody had significant interest in it. As a young researcher, I got opportunity to interact with the chairmen and executive directors of lot of, all the four big OMCs which were there: Indian Oil, Bharat Petroleum, Hindustan Petroleum, and also IBP at that point in time. When I was interacting with them, a lot of ideas came, in terms of how to automate this entire process. But the system was not ready to accept automation at that point in time. When I said that, why do you need to have a committee every year? There could be a program which could automatically read what are the changing trends, work on it, and make a recommendation which is scientific. But everything else, would exist other than science in such a discussion which will be there. So, but having said that, all these, CMDs and their executive directors were very encouraging of the idea at least. And that set me thinking that why not develop an organization which can take forward the idea of true data science and take that philosophy forward. So I, along with some other colleagues, I set up a corporation called Chi-Square Corporation in US, Singapore. We kept working and doing analytics and data science. When we started, it was statistics, by the way, and analytics. And most recently, as you would have seen, it has become artificial intelligence. AI or ML, artificial intelligence and machine learning. So there is some technology interference already. Yeah. So on the way, it became artificial intelligence and machine learning. So we started there, but we cannot end there. Reason? You would have heard of a term called pivoting. Pivoting means that you start on one axis and you move on to the next axis, and the moment the world has settled to the next axis, by that time you have already moved to the third axis. So in entrepreneurship, a very critical aspect is to keep reading what is the market need, the market demand. And through that pivoting, you keep moving to the next level. So we started with statistical and analytical consulting. On the way, we recognized that, that's not enough. The world is going towards data engineering, great visualization. So we pivoted to add those services which we never imagined as data scientists that this will be of any use. So we added data engineering, we added visualization. Lately, in the last few years, you would have heard a lot of this buzzword called artificial intelligence, AI, ML coming in, which is actually leading a lot of innovations as of today. So there's a little story here. While we pivoted also to AI and developed products and made them, and we launched another 2 corporations actually we launched. One we launched, which is known as Chi-Verse, and it is a product-oriented AI for e-commerce and making sure that the platforms and the marketplaces which are available for doing sales are of the highest quality, the right market intelligence gets developed and emanated from there. The third one, of course, is altogether a different area. The genesis of it I will talk about. It's a foundation that we have set, which will be a technology-driven foundation. It's called Chi Foundation, and it's been driven by my wife, Ina. She is here. If you look at the first 20 years, as technology providers, as IT services corporations, we did ERP implementations. ERP was developed by somebody else. We came and set up those systems. Then a new innovation happened, CRM came. We said, fantastic, we will do more implementations. We will do CRM implementations. After that came databases. Now that you can store data in a very nice way. So you started building data warehouses, which later became data lakes. You said data lake, fantastic, we will do data lake implementation. After that, Came machine learning and data science. You said, fantastic, more dollars come by doing this service. So you started doing data science implementations. But remember the fact, we were in the service mindset. We kept working on the innovations which were coming from outside. We kept implementing those. Finally came AI. You said, fantastic, another thing to implement. And when we started implementing artificial intelligence as IT sector, you know what happened? AI started replacing. You thought it's a great opportunity that we would be able to take forward, and with AI, we would be able to do many more implementations, which are happening, of course. But in the end, what happened is that you started replacing a lot of logical jobs, so logic-driven jobs. You may think that medicine is all safe because of the quarters it belongs, or law is in its own safe quarters. But the fact is that any logic-driven work has definite AI support to begin with. It has an AI substitutability possibility also. So the innovations that we are seeing from the West shall not always be adopted as it is. As entrepreneurs, we have to think little fundamental and figure out ways to make our innovations more intrinsic. One last example here I will give you. One of the IT companies set up 7 centers of excellence. 7 centers of excellence. Very large operation. 7 centers of excellence. They put some budget, they put some people, they gave them, okay, do something over the next 2 years. We have to show to the next bosses and to the board that we are doing some, long-term development. 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. One center closed after 2 years, another closed after 3 years, and another closed after 4 years. Nothing fundamental happened. And one after the other, we were not able to develop anything which was meaningful. What does that mean? It basically means that we did not give long enough lease, we did not give enough funds for those centers of excellence to progress and deliver results which could be building on itself. We did not come out with any fundamental technology, and as a service sector, and IT has become a service sector, whereas it could have been a, far more fundamental technology development sector. So in the name of technology, in fact, we have to go and look at the government. Government has done a much better work. Whether it is DRDO or it is HAL, they have developed more fundamental things which we are able to commercialize. But our own IT sector has lagged behind. Even having best of brains, the focus has been misplaced, the funds have been misplaced. So all I would say is that a lot of introspection is required. There's nothing wrong, earning money. There's nothing wrong servicing, but there has to be some more fundamental cause that we stand for. Government has the best examples, it has got the best work, I would say. If you align with the government, you could do so many things which are, significant, whether it is, on the semiconductor, because now everything is not asset or a chip. There are a lot of services which are linked to each of the, product or asset which is deployed. So treat a semiconductor as an asset, and there are so much plethora of things which can be built around that. Best brains you have, best incentives are there with the government. But remember that social entrepreneurship has to also coexist along with this technological entrepreneurship. And okay, we need to wrap up. So I'll wrap up on a note, which is, close to my home, We all have families. We all have seniors to take care. There was a situation where we had to take a decision. There was a very old person in our house, who's my paternal aunt, you could say. Okay. And she had mental degradation which had happened over a period of time. She was already 80 plus. And it was very difficult to take care of her. Very difficult, and my mother was supporting it. we were also supporting it, but never easy. So there comes a point, and if you look at the US, they are already quite progressed with respect to it. They have got old age homes which support this concept in a very significant way, and they make it easy for the society to be able to adopt such a need, which is a real need. And it came to it that we had to take a decision whether we send her to a care home which is more capable than our own houses, or we provide her all the provisions in our own house, or give her an independent space in which she could thrive properly and have an extended life, happy life. So after all considerations, being from the Indian thought process, our hearts didn't allow to set up or send her to an old age home separate where she would have to fend it for herself by herself. We provided for a mechanism in which she could stay and be comfortable in her own setting, in her own way. Even if it means a bleed for you, it doesn't matter, you are able to contribute. That's a social contribution. And my wife, Ina, she stood up that, we will build the architecture around it. And it's not only for her. We will extend this to as many senior citizens as possible, to as many people who are disabled as possible, and make it a phenomena of a kind in which the help and support which the seniors need. So, social entrepreneurship and women entrepreneurship, they have different heart, soul and mind. I think wherever they are, we need to recognize that, respect that. There are a lot of women entrepreneurs here. Our salutes to you, our salute to all of you. And Ina, can you just raise your hand and say that you have been playing some role there, and I wish you all the best in your endeavor to your foundation. Thank you so much. Sorry for taking this. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kamaljeet Anand, for sharing your insights with us all. And this is why EAI's mission has been clear. No state, no region of India should remain aloof from the mainstream development. Whether it is through technology-driven schemes, district-level startup yatras, or Krishi Samvad for farmers, EAI has ensured that entrepreneurship reaches the ground. With this, I would like to call CA Shashi Mohan up on stage to deliver his speech, please.
Good afternoon. Distinguished guests, organizers, and the entrepreneurs. We have seen a lot of budding entrepreneurs from around every corner of India. See, I'm coming at the last. I got very little time to tell. I'll take only 2 minutes of yours. So I'm telling that there is no point, because you all are entrepreneurs. There is no point of
Next, can we please have Mr. Nitish to felicitate Dr. Kamaljeet Anand with a memento? Next, I request Ms. Monica to please present the memento to C.A. Shashi Mohan. Thank you, sir. To the other awardees who were late and have arrived, it is my honor to invite our keynote speaker, Shri Parmesh Shah, who is the global lead for rural livelihoods and agricultural jobs at the World Bank. With decades of experience in designing and implementing large-scale rural development programs across the globe, Shri Shah has been instrumental in fostering innovation, entrepreneurship, and sustainable solutions for rural communities. His vision and expertise continue to inspire policymakers, institutions, and entrepreneurs alike. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Shri Parmesh Shah to deliver the keynote address.
Thank you for being so patient and listening to so many people. I hope you are gaining from what's happening and you must have picked a lot of ideas. I want to thank Abhishek and Administration of India for hosting this. I've been following the activities. What I like about what you do is that you are going to the heartland of India. Particularly, I'm following your work in Bihar, the startup Bihar enclave and other things which you have done, which really fosters entrepreneurship in the hinterland of India, where a lot of people with ideas are there, but they don't get converted into enterprise ideas. So I want to congratulate the EI team for that. I will just raise 2 or 3 issues for you. India is going through enterprise transition. We have supported the self-help group movement and women entrepreneurs across Jivika in Bihar, Andhra Pradesh, and 29 states of India, where millions of micro-entrepreneurs among women have emerged from there. You will be surprised to know that 38% of the micro-entrepreneurs, MSMEs in India are women. But they stop at micro. They can't graduate to SMEs because there is no incubation facility. I'm just giving you an example of how so many women could become SMEs and create an opportunity if we had invested in the incubation ecosystem. Now, whatever incubation system you see is for the upper layer, which is, you see T-Hub and all, it is for a certain type of entrepreneurs who are primarily coming from urban areas, and we are able to barely scratch the surface. So in Tamil Nadu, we have, through one of our projects, invested in block level incubation. There are 40 blocks which have incubation facilities of the highest order available there. And as a World Bank, our dream is to go to all the blocks in India and have a block level incubation entrepreneur, so that the first persons with ideas, young entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs, tier 2 cities, 3 cities, rural areas, have an incubation as a public good. And I don't think private sector will invest in block level incubation. It is the role of the government to create an enterprise ecosystem where any aspiring entrepreneur should have access to incubation. Now, if you want to do incubation at a large scale, it will not happen through a physical facility. We have to develop digital facility, and we are now working on an AI chatbot for entrepreneurs, that you could ask 15 questions. All the data which entrepreneurs need is at the back end, and those questions get answered. So I'd like AI to work with us to harvest all the questions which entrepreneurs are asking, so that we could build a back-end data platform through artificial intelligence to service all the entrepreneurs who can ask. And this will not be just chatbot. This will be IVR and all the kinds of things. So we would like to work with the entrepreneurs here in designing this incubation facility. So it's like you have a virtual incubator and you have a physical incubator. So I think we have to provide millions of entrepreneurs in India with virtual incubation. Otherwise, we are not taking advantage of the whole digital revolution. So I think virtual incubator for all India entrepreneurs is a very important project we should pursue. The second is we also need sectoral incubators because every sector is different. Manoj was here, Manoj Kumar Singh, we were here. We are working with them in UP to set up an incubator on AgTech. Maharashtra, we are setting up a center, AgTech incubator with Maharashtra, Karnataka, all of them. A dedicated incubator where agricultural universities will bring their data and research. A lot of students who are developing ideas also come in and do that. Now in Africa, in Kenya, we have developed such a mechanism in which almost 140 startups are now being incubated, and suddenly you see a lot of products and services being made in agriculture. In India, I think we have to create geographically an incubator in every state, but we have to create sectoral incubators. And I think every sector is unique in their own way. So I think I feel that the government should invest at least 5% of the total resources in creating these dedicated incubators. E-hubs and all will not appear on its own, and government puts in a lot of money and all. But there should be a concerted effort to do that. Now the final point I want to make is that we are going to have an AI summit in India in February, global AI summit. Now, I feel that all entrepreneurs should get access to AI-enabled knowledge and learning as an entitlement. Because if you don't give those, then the startups will remain behind. The corporates would have learned AI, and we will create an AI divide among the startup community and others. So, I think I'm making a case that AI services should be available to all the startups as part of this ecosystem, so that they don't have to invest in AI. Now, I'll give you another piece of data. Startups all over the world invest 70% time in data collection of their own. Only 20% time on analyzing data and only 10% in scaling. That's why all startups have not crossed that scale. They always remain small. If we reverse this pyramid and we make data available to startups, based on which they should spend more time on developing products and services and business models. And I think whichever country we have done it, we have seen the quality of the startups and the number of startups and their scale and size increases exponentially. So, digital public infrastructure for startups is an idea which we are going to pursue now. I think many state governments have agreed that these resources will be available to all the startups. You don't have to run after it. If you have to run after something, then it's not necessary. Most government departments hold on to data. They don't do data exchange. They have tons of data, but that's never available to startups. So startups also start collecting the same data which government already has. And then we keep on doing it in a very inefficient way. So I think artificial intelligence will now allow us to have that data available. You can ask 15 questions every startup. That backend platform should be able to answer those questions, and you spend more time on customer interface, and which is your strength. Your outreach with the customers, building unique technology and customer models is what the startup should be doing in future. The final point is that there will be AI labs established now in many states in India, of which startups will become the main clients. And we are trying to work with the government so that we actively seek startups in co-designing these AI labs. You could come with problems to these AI labs. They will have expertise from good technology companies. So Google, Microsoft, they are also joining that lab. Indian Institute of Sciences, lots of IITs and all will become contributors to those AI labs. But the problems will be posed by the startups. And Abhishek, this is something you should work with us institutionally and help us create this product so that we are answering the 250 questions which the startups of our country want answered while they are doing their design, while they are implementing, and it should be that they should become active clients of the AI system. We don't want AI revolution to come and bypass the startups. This will be the tragedy for the country that if we are not, but if we should get a foothold into the AI world naturally. To the ministers, we are saying that please consider digital infrastructure as part as physical infrastructure. In the new world, if you invest in physical infrastructure and you have not invested in digital public infrastructure like data and AI, you will be left behind in the competitiveness world also. So thanks for inviting me, and I look forward to interacting more formally with AI and working with you as we go forward. And in Bihar, we are designing a new project. It's an open offer to you, come and become a strategic partner for the new Bihar project. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sri Parmesh Shah, sir, for your enlightening keynote address. Your words have truly inspired us and given us a fresh perspective on building a stronger and more inclusive India. Now, may I kindly request you to stay with us a little longer and do us the honor of presenting the awards to our distinguished entrepreneurs. Your presence will surely add immense value to this moment of recognition.
The two awardees who arrived late would request you to come up on the stage. Bafa Bags India Private Limited from Assam to come up on the stage and receive your award. Please clap your hands. Please put your hands together for Bafa Bags India Private Limited from Assam. And Heel Bridge Private Limited from Sikkim. Heel Bridge Private Limited from Sikkim. Stay back for the group photograph.
Now, may I please request Mr. Abhishek Kumar, President of EAI, to provide sir with a stroll and a memento as a token of love and respect to grace our stage. We thank you once again, sir, for taking out time and gracing us with your presence. Ladies and gentlemen, we may now begin with our knowledge session 2 on building Viksit Bharat through emerging technology and innovation. Technology and innovation are the engines of India's journey towards becoming a developed nation. And today's panel will share how these forces can transform growth into inclusive progress. Please join me in welcoming our distinguished speakers. We have Mr. Prashant Kumar Jha, IRS ADG, Central Economic Intelligence Board, Government of India. Next, we have Mr. Rohit Gupta, IRTS by MD, National Cooperative Development Corporation, Government of India. Mr. Shashank Kumar, CEO Dehat. Next, we have Ms. Pranita Upadhyay, Head of ITU Area Office and Innovation Center for South Asia, ITU Geneva, on stage please. Next, we have Mr. Rajesh Singh, ex-senior consultant at World Bank. I repeat, we have Mr. Prashant Kumar Jha, Mr. Rohit Gupta, Mr. Shashank Kumar, Ms. Pranita Upadhyay, and Mr. Rajesh Singh on stage with us now. Can we please have Ms. Monica to present Mr. Prashant Kumar Jha with a shawl? Thank you, sir. Next, can we please have Mr. Jaykant to present a shawl to Mr. Rohit Gupta in order to welcome him? Next, we welcome Mr. Shashank Kumar. Next, we have Ms. Pranita Upadhyay. I now welcome Mr. Rajesh Singh. Next, please. On behalf of everyone present, I extend our gratitude to the panelists for sharing their expertise and vision. Can we first please have Mr. Prashant Kumar Jha and to share a few words with us?
Very good afternoon to all the participants present here. And there was some time, like 20 years back, 25 years back, Indian software industry were working for entire America, Europe, and other countries. The last 15-20 years, I see that large corporates and small software organizations, they are actually working for Indian small and big entities. That, in my opinion, that has brought in a lot of change. Plus, the attitude of the government, the way government has facilitated. If we are sitting outside the government, sometimes we have a feel that government doesn't care, or sometimes the government doesn't understand. Looking from both the sides, outside the government, inside the government, I can vouch for it. That for the private sector, for the entrepreneurs, for the businesses, believe me, government is as serious and as caring concerned as you are, or as anybody are. So we are living in a phase, era, where entrepreneurs are coming up and government is, of course there are gaps. Sometimes government is not able to meet the criteria, provide the infrastructure and other things that very right moment. But almost more than 95% of the cases, government is much aware and government is working there now, different government departments and organizations to facilitate. That I can vouch for, being in government and also as a citizen when I look at from outside. Being student of economics, a couple of things I would like to point out for the entrepreneurship. Personally, I have been in touch with some of the entrepreneurship and their innovations have been amazing, technology-wise and application-wise. Why I am pointing it out, that one of my friends, I will not go into details, friend come colleague, developed brilliant technology in terms of transmitter, AR system. I was talking with one of the organizers just now. Google and Microsoft Oculus, there we have said costs approximately 1.25 lakh or 1.5 lakhs. Different set, there are three major players globally. And there is one startup where it costs approximately 5,000 rupees. An amazing product. One. The same set of entrepreneurship, they developed transistor which is capable of sending signals on mobile handsets which don't even have, which are non-smartphones, dumb phones, and where there is no mobile signal also. So the system is capable of sending that. So imagine its applicability in terms of disaster control, disaster management, making people aware about the government programs, so such kind of innovation. So at one side it looks very nice, I mean you feel very nice that one of my friends has done it. Main point which I want to drive, see what all startups have been successful and what have not been successful. Of course this technology is going to be there, very successful. So it will take its own time. And startup founder has to wait for the funding, for the implementation by the government or by the private sector. And on the other side, simple startups, what they have done, they somehow got this idea. They identify some areas, some products, some sectors where market demand already exists. So, and they just provided the supply side thing, the solution. For example, simple startup means sometimes we do not respect so much. Say for example, Zameen. Personally, I don't respect it that much. What is the deal about it? But then they have been astoundingly successful. Just because they were able to identify the gap of demand and supply, and they immediately provided a solution. One of my friends invented Quincy, which was providing hotels for the business travelers. Only 3 hours, 4 hours, they have to freshen up and go for the meeting, come back, freshen up, take the flight and go away. I told them that in your model there is no entry barrier. There is no entry barrier. The moment you launch this product, make my trip or use my trip, we'll hire 2 engineers and they will ask the software guy to write the code and they can launch it tomorrow. So a couple of basic things. When there is demand, your product will be immediate success. Your product may be extremely good, but it will have to wait for its own time to come. So as a student of economics, I see, focus on the demand first, focus on the gaps first. Maybe some of my other friends who have innovated some other amazing products, but there is no demand as such. For example, last week I was talking, this guy is based in Bangalore. He has invented a robot which can plant millions of trees in one day. But where will he find the market? In India. Where will he find 1,000 acres of land where this robot can plant 1,000 trees? He might have to go to Canada or Australia or New Zealand. So, as a student of economics, I just want to point it out. Second, Sir have already pointed out some of the success stories, like uniqueness of the product, love with the product. Being in the service, kind of, I'm not from the accounting industry. I check accounts, so I have a fair idea of accounts. So that gave me opportunities to come across some of the big companies, listed companies. Same thing. One company in India, based in Central India, they manufacture the coins for more than 180 people. And I was talking to them. They were sitting in this Ministry of Finance some 15 to 20 years back, sitting, not getting any idea, not getting meeting. He told me that other countries were producing it. And their private business person will come in with their ambassador. So they will have the first blessing from the government side. The things have changed 180 degrees from there. So those were the days when you had to run from pillar to post. I'm not saying it has become zero, but it has gone through a sea change, both in the private sector and in the public sector. So there is very less time, so I would like to stop here. So similarly, these kind of companies are quite successful. One Indian company making light ones for more than 100 companies presently for last 15 years. Another entrepreneur I was interacting with, he has only one product, the rings inside the tire. One time I asked him, I got impressed because his accounts were audited by PwC and EY, and he was spending a lot on auditing and implementing the cost-saving measures. So I was impressed, and month-wise I checked the accounts, and I found that whenever he is recommending something, next month he is actually implementing. And 2 next months that, I checked whether whatever I had recommended, whether this company has implemented or not. So there were reports of that also. So I wanted to congratulate that company, called them over a cup of tea in my office, and I was surprised, happy surprised, asked him that amazing thing, but why are you focusing on only one product? suppose market goes up and down, some pattern changes, weather pattern changes, government policy changes, you may lose European market. So it's nothing doing. Entire India, whatever tire company, I am the only company who is providing this. And who can come? There is a direct barrier. If somebody comes, by that time I am already cutting down my costs and all. So these are some basic few points from the side of economics, accounting, revenue, international tax supervisor. I have seen how different countries operate and how they provide support. So these are only few points in this limited short period of time I have to share. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing a few words with all of us. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Shashank Kumar to deliver a speech for all of us.
Very good afternoon to all of you. I feel blessed and fortunate because I started Dehat back in 2010 and 11. Today, Dehat is India's leading agri-tech company, or probably the largest. But I think on this forum, what I wanted to say is that when we started Dehat back in 2010-11, the journey started with just 13-14 farmers. That was the first season back in Bihar in Vaishali district. But I don't know how you would react, but today we work with almost 8 million farmers, 80 lakh kisan. But I think for this topic, what I just wanted to say, that to be very honest, where we will reach when we started, and then at that point of time, where we will reach after 15 years, 13 years, 12 years, 10 years, कितने farmers होंगे, कितना business होगा, to be very honest पता नहीं था और शायद सोचा भी नहीं था. But I think if I look back, and the reason I'm saying when I look back, I think not just to tell you, but more to tell me and myself that what worked actually, and what really worked, right? I mean that somebody from the rural background, no business background, started building agri-tech enterprise at the time when the overall physical digital connectivity was not very great. And that too when it's about agri-tech, not just about any specific crop, but rather building a full stack. So yes, dreams were big, but to be very honest, goals were not set. But if I just share in a very, very precise manner what really worked, what I feel and what we keep trying to realize and analyze. One, it was slightly ahead of time. तो थोड़ा सा जो learning curve है, उसमें थोड़ा सा ahead रहना, I think that is something which really helped. बहुत ही जल्दी बताऊं तो पिछले 15 सालों में lot of trends within agriculture and food within India it changed. Export in agri from India, it just got doubled to $50 billion in last 4 years. Horticulture crop के percentages बढ़ गए, बहुत सारे trends change हुए. And I think we feel that as they are, we have been the recipient of all these transformations. वो चीजें तभी हो पाती हैं जब आप learning curve में थोड़ा आगे रहते हैं. So I think the one thing what we could do, willingly, unwillingly, fortunately, कि थोड़ा सा समय से पहले था. The second, investment in technology, the digital, right? Because without technology, we cannot reach to scale. And तीसरा, एक बहुत लंबा perspective. When we think about building our own startup, right? Often as a founder, we always think about what will be our 3 years goal, 5 years goal. That is okay. But I think goals are meant to be shifted. Goals are meant to be missed. What I got me feel की जर्नी में कुछ चेंज नहीं होने वाला है. Because as India, as country, as Bharat, we stand at that point. That from here onwards in next 15-20 years, many other trends are going to evolve. And then further the digital connectivity, every single thing. And that's the reason why, where do we stand? That's great. And we feel blessed. But more importantly, we feel fairly confident कि आज से 10-15-20 साल में यहाँ से भी और 10x, 15x करने की जर्नी अभी बाकी है. शायद जो कुछ कर सकते हैं उसका 10% भी अभी तक नहीं किया है. But based on that, guys, I think to all the, and I see many government officers and the entrepreneurs, I think only 2-3 things I will say today कि आज भारत की इकोनॉमी आने वाले 15 सालों में, 12 सालों में 10 ट्रिलियन होगी, ये एस्टैब्लिश्ड है. हम जो कुछ भी कर रहे हैं, लेकिन जो मैं कहना चाहता हूँ ये है कि इंडियन इकोनॉमी और जो विकसित भारत है कि 10 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी तो बनेगी, ये पक्की बात है. ये सबने मान लिया, तो विश्व ने मान लिया कि 4 ट्रिलियन से 10 ट्रिलियन की जर्नी होनी है. I think all we need to do as an individual, whether we are a policy maker or a builder as an entrepreneur, कि यार बस उस फ्लो में रहने का. बहुत सिंपल सी बात है यार कि अगर 4 से 10 हो ही रहा है तो उसके रेसिपिएंट तो हम हो ही सकते हैं ना. जरूरत है कि बस उसको समझने का कि वो कैसे होने जा रहा है. राइट, आज बहुत प्रूवन है कि कौन कौन से सेक्टर्स है. राइट, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग 25-30% का कंट्रीब्यूटर होगा, रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी होगी, डिजिटल इकोनॉमी होगा, हेल्थ केयर और एग्रीकल्चर 10-10% से होंगे, टूरिज्म कुछ 3 से 5% होगा. तो ये पूरी चीजें तो होने जा रही है. I think we just need to look at ourselves कि where do we stand? हम क्या बना रहे हैं या हमारा रोल क्या है एज अ पॉलिसी मेकर या फिर एज एन एंटरप्रेन्योर, और हम उस स्पेसिफिक सब सेक्टर में कैसे इस 4 से 10 की जर्नी में कंट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हैं. नॉट बेनिफिशियरी, वो तो आउटकम है, बट कंट्रीब्यूट कैसे कर सकते हैं. बाकी चीजें अपने आप हो जाएंगी, प्रोवाइडेड हमारे पास 15 साल का एक पर्सपेक्टिव है. 2, 3, 5 साल, 7 साल में यार दिक्कतें आएंगी, ऐसे ही कहानियां ऐसे नहीं बनती, बट दिक्कतें तो आएंगी, वो पक्की बात है. बट प्रोवाइडेड व्हाटएवर वी आर डूइंग टुडे, डू वी हैव अ 15 years पर्सपेक्टिव. सेकेंडली, are we at the right spot? Are we ahead of the learning curve or not? अगर ये 2-3 चीजें हैं तो चीजें हो जाएंगी. Secondly, the good part, what has been changing on day-to-day basis is the ecosystem. आज UPI एक सक्सेस स्टोरी हम सबने देखा है. ऐसे कितने सारे इकोसिस्टम हमारे आमने सामने बन रहे हैं दोस्तों. राइट, आधार, UPI, आपने पिछले सेशन में DPG डिजिटल पब्लिक गुड्स के बारे में सुना. आप कोई सा भी सेक्टर या सब सेक्टर चुनो, आपके पास ये इकोसिस्टम बन रहे हैं जो आपके हमारे काम को आसान करने जा रहे हैं. जो हमारे ड्रीम्स है या गोल्स है, शायद उसको चेज करने में इट विल गिव यू अ फीलर दैट यू नो दैट वी आर नॉट अलोन while building what we want to. There are number of things and levers, maybe the policy, the government, if they themselves are creating for us. चाहे वो हेल्थ केयर आप ले लो, अब आएगी. एग्रीकल्चर की बात कर लो, एग्री स्टैक की बातें हो रही. यूपीआई ने ऑलरेडी इतना बड़ा एक फिनटेक मार्केट खड़ा कर दिया. राइट, आज ONDC आप सबने सुना होगा. तो ऐसी 1000 चीजें हो रही हैं और होती ही रहेंगी. मेरे सबसे दोस्तों तो यही चीज है, हम जो भी कर रहे हैं, हम जिस भी सेक्टर में हैं, अपने को 15 साल का व्यू लेने का है. इस 4 से 10 ट्रिलियन के लिए कंट्रीब्यूट करना है, सो दैट कि बेसिकली टुवर्ड्स एंड ऑफ आवर लाइफ और मे बी एट सम पॉइंट में वी विल आल्सो टेक अ प्राइड कि नहीं यार हमने इसके लिए कंट्रीब्यूट किया है. जो बनना है वो तो बन जाएगा, दैट्स एन आउटकम. एंड सेकेंडली, वी जस्ट नीड टू रियलाइज कि हमारे आजू बाजू में इतनी सारी जो चीजें चल रही हैं उसको कैसे लेवरेज कर सकते हैं. और शायद बाई बिल्डिंग देहात यही चीज हमने आज तक किया है, आज भी वही कर रहे हैं, आगे भी वही कर रहे हैं. और शायद इसीलिए आई कीप सेइंग, नॉट टू यू बट टू माई सेल्फ, wherever today, wherever whatever we have built within the heart, that's not even 5-10% what we have to do, what we can do, and what we will do for our contribution towards this Viksit Bharat. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, sir, for your words. Can we please have you on stage for another minute for you to receive a memento for sharing your insights with us? This is our little way of appreciating your presence here today, sir. Can you please have a memento? Thank Thank you once again, sir. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Rohit Gupta to deliver a speech for all of us.
Very good afternoon to all of you. I stand before you as not as Deputy Managing Director NCDC, that's my official designation that I have, but I will be speaking a bit on the new initiative because the topic that has been given to me is building Viksit Bharat through emerging technology and innovation. तो जैसे कि हमारे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने विकसित भारत 2047 तक का सपना हम सबको दिया है, जिसके लिए हर एक उद्यमी, हर एक स्टेट की सरकार, हर एक जो भी हर वर्ग के लोग, सभी को इसके लिए प्रयासरत रहना है। हम लोग ने भी एक नया इनिशिएटिव स्टार्ट किया है माननीय मंत्री जी तथा सचिव सहकारिता मंत्रालय के मार्गदर्शन में, तो मैं उसके बारे में थोड़ी सी व्याख्या देना चाहूँगा। और जो मैं बताना चाह रहा हूँ, हो सकता है अगर कोई मोबिलिटी फील्ड से है या राइड हेलिंग फील्ड से है, उनको तो इसके बारे में पता होगा, बट बाकी आई होप बाकी सबके लिए ये एक इंफॉर्मेशन रहेगा, एक नई प्रस्तुति रहेगी। तो थोड़ा सा मैं स्टार्ट करूंगा। आई जस्ट टेल यू समथिंग अबाउट एनसीडीसी। नेक्स्ट, हाँ अगला स्लाइड बता दो प्लीज। This is a brief on NCDC. NCDC was established in the year 1963. It is a statutory body under the Ministry of Corporation. और इसका ऑब्जेक्टिव है कि कोऑपरेटिव्स को फाइनेंस करना, प्लान करना, प्रमोट करना। तो बेसिकली हमारे जो सोर्सेज ऑफ फंड्स हैं वो खुद के हमारे जो रिटेन अर्निंग है, प्रॉफिट्स हैं वो है, फिर एनसीडीसी बॉन्ड्स हैं जो कि बीच बीच में हम लोग लाते हैं, फिर मार्केट बोरोइंग है। यही हमारा बेसिकली हमारा 90% पर्पस यहीं से आता है, करीब 85-90। और कुछ ग्रांट फ्रॉम सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट आती हैं जो कि पिछले 2 साल में आई है, पर उससे पहले 1985 में हमें ग्रांट मिली थी। तो ये तो सर्टन नहीं रहता था, ये भी एक सोर्स ऑफ फंड है। और अभी तक हमने क्यूमुलेटिवली अभी तक एनसीडीसी ने 4.5 लाख करोड़ का करीब संवितरण किया है, डिसबर्समेंट्स किया है। और जिसमें से कि मुझे बड़ा हर्ष हो रहा बताने में कि लास्ट 3 साल में हमने करीब 2 लाख करोड़ का संवितरण किया डिसबर्समेंट। तो बेसिकली जो हमारे ज्यादातर हमारा ग्रोथ हुआ है, ज्यादातर बिजनेस हुआ है, टर्नओवर हुआ है, वो लास्ट 3 से 4 साल में आया है, जो कि मंत्रालय की स्थापना से बेसिकली कोइंसाइड करता है। और एनसीडीसी ने अभी तक 1963 के बाद से हर वर्ष कुछ न कुछ प्रॉफिट कमाया है। हमारे नेट एनपीए बिल है जो पिछले साल 99.8। आप इस ग्राफ में जो मैंने कहा आप वो उसका देख भी सकते हैं। 2020-21 में हमारे जो डिसबर्समेंट की फिगर थी 24,700 करोड़ थी, और वर्ष 2024-25 में ये बढ़कर 95,200 करोड़ हो गई। तो करीब जो चक्रवर्ती ग्रोथ ऑफ रेट ऑफ ग्रोथ है वो CAGR इट इज अबाउट 40%। तो अब कोऑपरेटिव डेवलपमेंट के लिए पिछले कुछ सालों में जो हमने कार्य किया है वो उसके एक संक्षिप्त मैंने एक स्लाइड में आपको बताना चाहता हूँ। NCE नेशनल कोऑपरेटिव एक्सपोर्ट्स लिमिटेड की स्थापना की गई है, जिसमें से कि हमने 100 करोड़ का शेयर पूंजी लगाने का कार्य किया। तो बेसिकली जो भी हमारे कोऑपरेटिव से जो एक्सपोर्ट्स हो सकता है अन्य देशों में, उसको ये मोबिलाइज करती है। और भारतीय बीज सहकारी समिति लिमिटेड, इसको भी हमने एनसीडीसी ने 50 करोड़ का उसमें पूंजी लगाई है। तो यह बीज के माध्यम से किसानों को अच्छी क्वालिटी के बीज उपलब्ध कराने का कार्य करती है। फिर नेशनल कोऑपरेटिव ऑर्गेनिक्स लिमिटेड, तो जो हमारे जैविक खेती होती है या जैविक उत्पाद बनते हैं जो कोऑपरेटिव सेक्टर में बन रहे हैं, उसकी कैसे उसको मार्केट मिले, कैसे उसका वेस्टेज कम हो और तथा वो कोऑपरेटिव सशक्त बन पाए, तो इसके लिए यह संस्था काम करती है। फिर NUC FDC, ये एक अम्ब्रेला ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है अर्बन कोऑपरेटिव बैंक्स का। फिर एक शेयर सर्विस एंटिटी जिसमें नाबार्ड के साथ मिलकर हमने एनसीडीसी में 333 करोड़ कंट्रीब्यूट किया, इतना ही नाबार्ड ने भी कंट्रीब्यूट किया। तो बेसिकली एक ओवरआर्चिंग एक सॉफ्टवेयर, एक जो बिजनेस सोल्यूशन प्रोवाइडर जो आईटी फर्म का एक तरह से किया जाता है, वो सबको ये शेयर सर्विस एंटिटी रीजनल बैंक्स को ये उपलब्ध कराएगी। फिर सहकार टैक्सी कोऑपरेटिव लिमिटेड, यह एकदम लेटेस्ट, सबसे लेटेस्ट जो हमारा इनिशिएटिव है सरकार टैक्सी कोऑपरेटिव लिमिटेड है। इसके बारे में आपको बताऊंगा निश्चित रूप से। ये इसमें 8 मेन प्रमोटर्स हैं जो कि एनसीडीसी के साथ साथ में इफको, रैफेड, अमूल, इफको, जीसीएमएमएफ यानी अमूल, एनडीडीबी नेशनल डेयरी डेवलपमेंट बोर्ड और एनसीईएल और नाबार्ड इसमें शामिल है। तो इसका हिस्टोरिक व्यू 2010 से पहले हमारे पास लोकल टैक्सी रहती थी, लोकल ऑटो रहता था, बाइक तो होती ही नहीं थी। तो जो भी करना इट वॉज अनरेगुलेटेड। फेयर भी जो रहता था मन मर्जी रहती थी, वो अगर 100 रुपए में रेडी हो जाए तो ठीक है, 50 में हो जाए तो ठीक है, 80 में भी हो जाए तो भी ठीक है, वो आपकी मजबूरी थी, आपके पास चॉइस नहीं थी। फिर शिफ्ट तब हुआ जब स्मार्टफोन आ गए, जियो इफेक्ट हम लोग बोलते हैं, इंटरनेट चीप हो गया। अब क्या है कि कन्वीनियंस है, बुक आप अपने आप मोबाइल से राइड बुक कर सकते हैं, राइड ऑटो भी ले सकते हैं, बाइक भी ले सकते हैं। प्राइमरीली अभी 3 मेन प्लेयर्स जो है इस मार्केट में, वो है उबर, ओला और रैपिडो। ये 3 मेन प्लेयर्स हैं। इसके अलावा रीजनल लेवल पे बहुत सारे प्लेयर्स हैं, जैसे कि आपका कर्नाटक में लंबा यात्री, कहीं मेरू कैब्स है, कहीं यात्री साथी है वेस्ट बंगाल में। तो इस तरह के और भी ऐसे प्लेयर्स हैं, बट करीब 85-90% ये 3 के पास है। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड पे प्लीज। ओला की स्थापना 2010 में हुई थी। इंडियन प्रोमोटर्स हैं इसमें। तो जब मुंबई और बैंगलोर से इसमें शुरुआत हुई थी, तो पहले तो इन्होंने खुद की टैक्सी रखी थी, फिर कैब एग्रीगेटर मॉडल लाइट एसेट कि कार हमारी भी रहेगी, ड्राइवर की रहेगी। इनिशियली सोचा गया था कि कार अपनी रख लेंगे और तब चल रहेगी, वो ओवर पीरियड ऑफ टाइम वो चेंज हुआ। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। एक्सपेंशन हुआ। ओला इस वक्त जो है फर्स्ट फेज 2013 तक तो मेजर सिटीज में आया था, बट अभी इस वक्त 250 से ज्यादा सिटीज में है। इसने एक और अच्छा डिसरप्टर इनिशिएटिव लिया था कि इसने कैश पेमेंट स्टार्ट कर दिया था। ये मैं प्री यूपीआई एज की बात कर रहा हूँ, जब यूपीआई उतना पॉपुलर नहीं हुआ था। तो उबेर क्योंकि तब कार्ड लेता था तो उतनी एक्सेप्टेबिलिटी नहीं बन पाई थी। तो ओला ने कैश लेना चालू किया, तो उससे लोगों के क्या इसको कस्टमर और इसने ले पाया, और इसको फिर यूनिकॉर्न बन गया। सॉफ्ट बैंक, टेंसेंट और अदर्स से इसको वेंचर फंडिंग हो गई। उबेर एक ग्लोबल कंपनी है। सैन फ्रांसिस्को 2009 में इसकी स्थापना हुई थी। इंडिया में आई है 2013 में। और आपको बस इंफॉर्मेशन के लिए बता रहा हूँ, 2013 है और आज 2025 है। हर साल यह लॉस में ही रही। तो इन्वेस्टर्स का मोर देन 25,000 करोड़ ये अभी इसमें इन्वेस्ट हो चुका है, जो कि डूब चुका है एक तरह से। बट क्योंकि आप में से कईयों का स्टार्टअप भी है, तो आप भी जानते हैं कि इसमें जरूरी नहीं है कि प्रॉफिट हो, जैसे जोमेटो भी लॉस में चल सकता है, बट आपकी वैल्यूएशन यूनिकॉर्न भी आप बन सकते हो। यूनिकॉर्न पहले जो आया वो यूनिकॉर्न बनने को ऑफलोड कर देगा स्टेट, और फिर जो यूनिकॉर्न में जो आपका शेयर खरीदता है वो आप डेकाकॉर्न बनते हैं, तब वो ऑफलोड कर देगा। तो पैसे सबको मिल जाते हैं। तो इट इज अ विन विन सिचुएशन फिलहाल के लिए तो सभी इन्वेस्टर का रहता है। तो इसके भी सिटीज रहे थे 4, जो मेट्रो, बैंगलोर, दिल्ली, मुंबई और हैदराबाद में किया था। इसने इनिशियली कार्ड पेमेंट से ही स्टार्ट किया था और प्रीमियम सिडान्स के पे गया था। ऑटो जो ये गो ऑटो और ओला गो वगैरह पे, उबेर गो तो बाद में आया, जो कि अफोर्डेबल राइड पे आया। तो फिर उसने फिर तुरंत ही देखा कि नहीं, ओला के साथ नहीं हो पा रहा, कैश में है, तो कैश पेमेंट से गए। फिर उबर को, जो मारुति आपकी जो रहती थी उसके जैसे आगे उबर जो हैचबैक्स वगैरह जो है उसके आ गए हम लोग। वैगन आर के टाइप की जो हैचबैक्स होती है वो आ गई। फिर हम इनिशियली इसका टॉप मेट्रो सिटीज में ही था, बट अभी ये 100 के ऊपर सिटीज में अभी ये हो गया। दूसरा इसने कस्टमाइज किया कि हिंदी वगैरह पे भी जो लोकल लैंग्वेजेस है उसमें आ गया। नेक्स्ट रैपिडो, इन तीनों को, दोनों जो बड़े प्लेयर्स हैं उसमें डिसरप्टर पे आया। तो इसने ज्यादातर अपना मार्केट निश सेगमेंट को टारगेट किया, वो था बाइक हेलिंग सेगमेंट का। कोई अगर राजा है इस वक्त तो रैपिडो है। आप में से लोगों ने एक्सपीरियंस भी किया होगा, साउथ से ही स्टार्ट हुआ, बैंगलोर से। बट बाइक टैक्सी में तो उतना नहीं हुआ, इसने कैप्टन का कंसेप्ट लेके बाइक टैक्सी में ये सक्सेसफुल हुआ। 100 के ऊपर सिटीज में है। This we have already talked. Next. बेसिकली एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप जो इसमें बोला है कैप्टन उनको बना दिया। तो ये हमने कुछ उसका एनालिसिस किया। मार्केट का शेयर देख सकते हैं उबर करीब 50% पे है। उबर ने ज्यादा कॉन्सेंट्रेट किया है कैब्स पे, ओला ने कॉन्सेंट्रेट किया है अफोर्डेबल मार्केट पे, अफोर्डेबल फोर व्हीलर पे, और रैपिडो ने ज्यादातर अपना कॉन्सेंट्रेट किया बाइक से। नेक्स्ट, इसमें जो चैलेंजेस आ रहे हैं वो है सेफ्टी कंसर्न, पैसेंजर की सेफ्टी, ड्राइवर की सेफ्टी, दूसरा लाइसेंसिंग और एग्रीगेटर लाइसेंसिंग इश्यूज, जो क्योंकि इन्हें डिफरेंट स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स में ऑपरेट करना पड़ता है। कई जगह आपने सुना भी होगा कि बाइक टैक्सी को कहीं उतार दिया, कहीं उस पर रेगुलेट किया कि आपने प्रॉपर परमिशन लेनी है। ये प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी एक इशू है, पूरे सेगमेंट इतना हाईली कॉम्पिटिटिव है, इतने डिस्काउंट्स देने पड़ते हैं कि ऑल ऑफ दीज कंपनीज आर रनिंग एट लॉस। फिर ड्राइवर रिलेटेड इश्यूज है, ड्राइवर को पता नहीं है कि क्या कमीशन मॉडल है, कब चेंजेस हो रहे हैं, तो बहुत जल्दी चेंजेस होते हैं, पैसे आ भी जाते हैं तो उसको पता नहीं लगता है, अनक्लियर है कि ये किस चीज के लिए पैसा वापस आया है, मुझे मेरे इतने चले गए थे, बाद में आके ये राइड का आया है कि उसका आया। तो ही डजंट हैव एनी स्पेस, और बिकॉज कमीशन ज्यादा है तो अगर वो 30,000 कमाता है तो उसको, क्योंकि ईएमआई पे अगर व्हीकल लिया है तो वो पेमेंट 30,000 तो हो नहीं सकता है, यू विल एग्री विद मी। तो उसके लिए उसको ज्यादा वर्किंग आवर्स करना पड़ता है, 12 घंटे 14 घंटे 15 घंटे काम करना पड़ता है। दिस इज लीडिंग टू स्ट्रेस। नेक्स्ट, तो जैसा मैंने कहा हाई कमीशन मॉडल 20 to 30% कमीशन ले जा रहे थे, एंड देयर इनकम वाज हाईली डिपेंडेंट ऑन कस्टमर रेटिंग्स आल्सो। फिर उसका बाइट्स पे भी आपके सेफ्टी कंसर्न, हैरेसमेंट बाय पुलिस, डिस्प्यूट्स, लैक ऑफ पासिंग स्पेसेस, सर्च प्राइसिंग का इशू। आप में से बहुतों ने एक्सपीरियंस किया होगा कि शाम के टाइम और सुबह के टाइम जो आपको गाड़ी अगर 150 में मिल सकती थी तो आपको 200 में मिलती थी। फिर विमेन रिलेटेड सेफ्टी इश्यूज, और फिर जो कस्टमर सपोर्ट है फॉर द ड्राइवर्स, फॉर द पैसेंजर्स, वो चीजें एक इशू रहता है। तो नेक्स्ट, तो मैं अपने माननीय मंत्री जी की स्पीच आपको प्लीज इंक्रीज द वॉल्यूम।
कुछ ही महीने कोऑपरेटिव बेसिस पर ओला उबर जैसी एक बहुत बड़ी कोऑपरेटिव जनता टैक्सी आने वाली है, जो 2 व्हीलर की टैक्सी का भी रजिस्ट्रेशन करेगी, जो रिक्शा का भी रजिस्ट्रेशन करेगी और 4 व्हीलर का भी करेगी, और उसका मुनाफा किसी गन्ना तेलों के हाथ में नहीं जाएगा मान्यवर, वो ड्राइवर के पास जाएगा। इस प्रकार की हम कोऑपरेटिव लेकर आ रहे हैं।
तो हमने यहाँ पे ड्राइवर को ओनरशिप मॉडल लाए हैं, हम उसको शेयर्स भी दे रहे हैं, जो कि ओला उबर रैपिडो कोई नहीं देता है। हम ड्राइवर्स को अपने बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स तक भी लेके जाए ताकि उनकी सुनवाई हो। ऐसा नहीं कि आप कर रहे हैं। तो बेसिकली दिस इज वेयर इनोवेशन कम्स इन। वरना ये होगा कि आपने सरकार टैक्सी में क्या इनोवेट किया, रैपिडो है, ओला है, तो दिस इज इनोवेशन टेक्नोलॉजी। ट्रांसपेरेंट मॉडल रहेगा, रिलायबल सर्विस रहेगी, और नो सर्च प्राइसिंग। So this is what is our aim. Next, कुछ media coverage next. You can go on. Next, so drivers are the owners, fair earnings, transparent pricing, social security. ये हमने दूसरे मंत्रालयों के साथ में टाई अप करके उनको इंश्योरेंस का प्रोवाइड करवाना, हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस करवाना, एक्सीडेंट कवरेज, इवन जो लोन लेते हैं व्हीकल को वो सब्सिडाइज रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट पे मिल जाए। ये हमारी वी आर गोइंग इन दैट डायरेक्शन। और आत्मनिर्भर भारत, जैसे कि हमारे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने इसका संदेश दिया है, तो वी आर गोइंग इन दैट इज आवर मोटो। सो थैंक यू ऑल, थैंक यू फॉर पेशेंट हेल्प।
Thank you, sir, for your words and the presentation. I would also like to make a special mention of how this summit, therefore, is more than just a networking platform. It is about reshaping the future of entrepreneurship in Bharat. ये मंच नए भारत की नई सोच और नई दिशा का प्रतीक है. It is where youth get a chance to pitch their ideas to industry leaders. It is where women entrepreneurs find a stage to amplify their voices. It is where farmers and grassroots innovators find recognition, not just urban startups. In the spirit of Viksit Bharat 2047, this summit thus aligns with the vision of making India a global hub of innovation, sustainability and inclusive growth. Here, in this hall, policies meet people, ideas meet investors, and dreams meet direction. With this, we would like to move ahead, and I would like to invite Ms. Pranita Upadhyay to deliver her speech for all of us.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, esteemed organizers, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great pleasure to join you today on 4th Bharat Entrepreneurship Summit here in Delhi. I would like to begin by sincerely thanking the organizers for bringing us together in this important gathering. ITU is the oldest UN agency in the UN family. Since dawn of telegraph in 1965, ITU has been connecting the world. And today, our mission is more relevant than ever to bridge the digital divide and to connect around 2.6 billion people who are still unconnected across the world. This year marks a special milestone for us. We celebrated 160 years of International Telecommunications Union. It is headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland, and its 6 regional offices around the world. And we come under Asia Pacific region, area office for South Asia. And we have an innovation center here in Delhi. It was inaugurated in the year 2023 with the support of Honorable Prime Minister of India, and ITU elected officials serves as a technology acceleration hub. Its mission is to reduce technological inequalities, spotlight India's vibrant innovation ecosystem through South-South and triangular cooperation, and strengthen ITU's global work on accelerating digital development. Ladies and gentlemen, innovation and emerging technologies are the engines of digital transformation and sustainable growth. They create opportunities for our people, including entrepreneurs, strengthen connectivity and open doors to solutions for some world's most pressing challenges. At ITU, we firmly believe that fostering innovation ecosystem and harnessing these technologies are essential to building an inclusive and resilient digital future for all. Through ITU Digital Innovation Alliance and Innovation Center in Delhi, we are making innovation and emerging technologies more accessible. This is a collaborative journey undertaken with our member states through regional innovation forums, co-creation workshops, ITU playbooks, and innovation cafes, each designed to bring people ideas together. We are committed to build capacity under the project funded by Ministry of Internal Affairs and Communication of Japan. ITU is delivering training programs on emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence standards and technologies. These trainings are equipping member states with the skills to make ICT and telecom sector more efficient, resilient, and future-ready across Asia and the Pacific. In partnership with EY, ITU launched AI Accelerator Workshop in Delhi, Bangalore, and Hyderabad to equip youth, especially girls and women from underserved communities, with digital skills ranging from foundation to advanced. The 2-year program empowers participants with digital, ethical, and managerial skills to become content creators and community problem solvers using AI. Under Girls in ICT initiative, ITU is committed to equipping young women and underserved groups with impactful digital skills that enable their meaningful participation in the digital transformation. In the year 24 and 25, we implemented a series of targeted activities including coding challenges, capacity building workshops, with special sessions for girls with disabilities and some focus on artificial intelligence and emerging technologies, designed to build future-ready competency and confidence in innovation-driven fields. I'm delighted to share an exciting upcoming events. Early next year, we will be organizing Data Visualization Hackathon on the theme Bridging Digital divide by uncovering digital deserts. This hackathon will tap into creativity and analytical skills of the participants to map digital divide with countries and regions, and to highlight subpopulations that are being left behind in the journey towards universal and meaningful connectivity. It is specially targeted at university students and young professionals, empowering them to bring forward fresh ideas and innovative solutions that will officially launch during ITU's flagship event, that is World Telecommunication ICT Indicators Symposium WTIS on 23rd September 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, entrepreneurship, innovation and technology must go hand in hand. If we are to achieve truly inclusive digital society, ITU is proud to be a partner in this journey. We look forward to working with you to shape the future where no one is left behind. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Rajesh Singh to deliver a speech for us.
मैं देख रहा हूँ कि सही बारी आई है। आप सब लोग बहुत थके हुए हैं, बिकॉज आपका जो डाउनलोडिंग है वो सुबह से लगातार हो रहा है। मैंने बहुत तैयारी की थी बट आपको लास्ट मोमेंट में मैंने अपना सब्जेक्ट को ध्यान में रखते हुए मैं एक आपको सजेशन देना चाहता हूँ, और वो सजेशन ये है कि आप जितने भी एंटरप्रेन्योर यहाँ बैठे हैं, आप में से तकरीबन सारे लोग एक प्रश्न से जूझ रहे होंगे कि आपकी सेलें कैसे बढ़ जाए। आपने सबने अपना व्यापार शुरू किया। आप में से कितने लोग हैं जो इस बात से कुछ समझना चाहते हैं कि आपकी सेल कैसे बढ़ जाए? आप हाथ उठाएंगे? मोस्ट ऑफ यू। तो मैं इन्हीं प्रश्नों पे आपको कुछ उत्तर देता हूँ जो मेरी अपनी कॉर्पोरेट लाइफ की समझ से है। मैं दूसरा लेवल में था एंड वहाँ भी ये समस्या रोज होती थी कि सेलें कैसे बढ़ाएंगे। एंड दूसरी समस्या है कि अच्छा कॉस्ट कैसे कम करें, कॉस्ट ऑफ ऑपरेशन अपना कैसे कम करें। तो अगर कॉस्ट कम होगा तो प्रॉफिट ज्यादा होगा, और सेलें ज्यादा होंगी तो आपका मार्केट शेयर ज्यादा होगा। तो पहले इस प्रश्न पे आते हैं कि सर बढ़े कैसे। मैं उसको रेवेन्यू कहता हूँ, आप ही कहते हैं रेवेन्यू, बैलेंस शीट में तो ही लिखा जाता है। तो हम अपने रेवेन्यू बढ़ाएं कैसे? मैं उस पर आपको एक सजेशन ये दे रहा हूँ, बिना ये समझे हुए कि आपका टारगेट कस्टमर कौन है, आप ये कैसे निश्चित कर सकते हैं कि आपने क्या प्रोडक्ट बनाना है। तो सुझाव मेरा ये है कि आप कोई भी प्रोडक्ट बना रहे हैं, अपने टारगेट कस्टमर को पहचानें, वो कहाँ रहते हैं वो भी पहचानें। ऐसे प्रोडक्ट ना बनाएं जिसका कोई कस्टमर ना हो। अब वो कस्टमर अगर आपने पहचान लिया तो आप कैसे मालूम करेंगे कि उसकी एक्सपेक्टेशन क्या है? तो उसके लिए आप उसके करीब जाएं, और वो सर्वे से भी हो सकता है। उसके कई तरीके हैं, आप टेक्नोलॉजी से भी उसका इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं, आप सर्वे से भी कर सकते हैं। आजकल तो चैट जीपीटी है, वो भी आपको बहुत कुछ बता सकता है। बट अगर आप कस्टमर को नहीं पहचानेंगे और उसके एक्सपेक्टेशन को नहीं पहचानेंगे तो आपने जो प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट में पैसा लगाया वो खराब हो जाएगा। सो देयरफॉर कस्टमर को पहचाने और उसका एक्सपेक्टेशन पहचाने। अब मान लीजिए आपको समझ में आ गया कि कस्टमर क्या चाहता है आपसे, और वो किस पैसे में चाहता है, और क्या क्वालिटी चाहता है, किस फॉर्मेट में चाहता है, यानी किस साइज में चाहता है। तो अब उसके पास पहुंचने की समस्या है कि आप उसके पास पहुंचेंगे कैसे। आपने प्रोडक्ट को बना लिया क्योंकि आपको ये समझ में आ गया कि कस्टमर का एक्सपेक्टेशन क्या है, बट आप कैसे पहुंचेंगे? तो उसके लिए आपको ये समझना पड़ेगा कि वो कौन सा चैनल है जिसके माध्यम से आप कस्टमर तक पहुंचेंगे। अब आजकल चैनल कौन कौन से हैं? अगर आप कंज्यूमर फॉर्मेट में हैं तो वो एक रिटेलर है, बट वो बहुत महंगा है। दूसरा फॉर्मेट अब आया है जिसको हम लोग कहते हैं ओमनी चैनल। आप सब लोग को ओमनी चैनल के बारे में मालूम है? कितने लोगों को मालूम है बताएंगे? ओमनी चैनल बहुत कम लोगों को पता है।
आप वापस जाएं और इसको स्टडी करें कि बहुत डिसाइसिव चैनल है, क्योंकि अगर आप ओनली चैनल पे नहीं है तो आपका कॉस्ट ऑफ डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन बहुत हाई होगा और आपके सारे प्रॉफिट वहीं चले जाएंगे। इसलिए आप ओनली चैनल को पहचानें। ओनली चैनल पे जैसे आपको मैं एक बता सकता हूँ, आजकल बेसिकली ये चैनल क्या करता है, जितने भी प्रोड्यूसर्स एंड सप्लायर्स हैं उनको एक प्लेटफॉर्म पे लाता है और उनके प्रोडक्ट को अपने डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन के थ्रू, लॉजिस्टिक्स के थ्रू वो डिफरेंट कंज्यूमर्स को पहुंचाता है। एक जैसे मैं एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ, एक तो मैंने कहा रिटेल है, दूसरा मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ अमेजॉन, आजकल फ्लिपकार्ट है, आजकल ब्लिंकिट भी आ गया है। तो स्पेशली जो कंज्यूमर फॉर्मेट में लोग हैं वो ब्लिंकिट को पहचाने, समझे, क्योंकि वो वैल्यू डिस्ट्रॉयर है, वो आपको बहुत तंग करेगा। सो देयरफॉर unless you know exactly what channel is going to help you reach your consumers, it is going to be really hell of a problem for you because your cost of distribution is going to be very high. And इस चैनल से पार्टनरशिप करें, इसको पहचानें कि ये आपसे क्या चाहता है और उसके साथ पार्टनरशिप करें। जो तीसरी चीज है वो है जो भी जिन कंज्यूमर के लिए आपने प्रोडक्ट बनाया है उनको आप रिटेन करें। पहली बार आपका प्रोडक्ट ट्राई करेंगे, आप जानते हैं उनका क्या एक्सपेक्टेशन है, वो आपको दोबारा खरीदने के लिए आए, इसका प्रयास करें। एंड देयरफॉर उसको प्रयास करने के लिए कस्टमर का डेटा आपके पास होना चाहिए, क्योंकि अगर रेगुलरली आप कस्टमर के पास नहीं जाएंगे तो आपको भूल जाएगा। ओके, एंड जो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है वो ये है, बिजनेस में अगर इंटरडिपेंडेंस नहीं होगा तो आप अकेले सक्षम नहीं है। इंटरडिपेंडेंस का मतलब है चैनल में जितने भी पार्टनर्स हैं वो एक दूसरे से हैंडशेक करें और ट्रस्ट पे करें। तो अगर आपका प्रोडक्ट की क्वालिटी अच्छी है, आपका प्राइस अच्छा है, कंज्यूमर का एक्सपेक्टेशन आप मीट करते हो, तो चैनल आपसे हैंडशेक करेगा। ओके, एंड अगर चैनल आपसे हैंडशेक करेगा और आप ये समझ रहे हैं कि जो कंज्यूमर आपका प्रोडक्ट उससे ट्राई किया है, अगर रेगुलर आप उसके कॉन्टेक्ट में हैं, तो आपका बाई डेफिनेटली रिपीट करेगा। तो ये एग्जाम्पल है, अगर इन चीजों को आप ध्यान में रखेंगे तो आपका रेवेन्यू, आपका सेल्स दिनों दिन बढ़ेगा एंड आपका टारगेट मीट हो सकता है। बट सबसे पहला जो दिमाग में चीज रखना है वो रेवेन्यू रखना है। तो आज तो समय के हिसाब से इतना ही, बट अगर आप ये समझना चाहते हैं कि रिसोर्सेज क्या होने चाहिए, उसको कैसे आप कंट्रोल करेंगे, कॉस्ट कैसे मिनिमाइज आप कर सकते हैं, तो आप मुझे अप्रोच कर सकते हैं AI के प्लेटफॉर्म के माध्यम से। एंड मैं आप सब लोगों को इन्वाइट करता हूँ, आई एम अवेलेबल ऑन द चैनल ऑफ AEI एंड एनी सजेशन दैट यू वांट इन टर्म्स ऑफ मेकिंग योर एंटरप्राइज प्रॉफिटेबल, आई एम अवेलेबल टू यू। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your insights. Can we now please proceed with handing over the mementos? Can we please have Mr. Nilanjan to hand over the memento to Mr. Prashant Kumar Jha? Thank you so much, sir. Next, I would like to request Mr. Pankaj to present the memento to Mr. Rohit Gupta. I now request Ms. Monica to please present the memento to Ms. Pranita Upadhyay. Thank you, ma'am. Next, I request Ms. Subhadra Singh to please present the memento to Mr. Rajesh Singh. Massive thank you to all our guests once again. Audience, I would now like to grab your attention to showcase and present to you. I would like all the esteemed guests to please be present on stage for a group photograph together. Thank you once again. I would now like to grab your attention to a very interactive product called Go For Ad, which is a QR code that turns any print into a mixed reality. This is the same QR presented to you on the cover of the booklet. Can we please have once again the video on the screen?
Ads, pet lifeless. Newspapers, skipped. Billboard and audience, shut static. Part of the backlog. But we are heading towards an augmented world, a world where immersive begins. With GFA QR, print is no longer just print. It's alive, interactive, and full of experiences. One simple scan can unlock product demos, transform campaigns into stories, deliver messages directly and effectively. Your brand steps off the page and into your audience's world. And it's simple. Sign up on GFA QR, upload your creative ad, campaign or product design. Publish your campaign on multiple print media channels like newspapers, billboards, magazines, flyers and standees. This is more than advertising. This is mixed reality.
Thank you. Guests, you may also see certain QR codes all over the hall. You can access your photographs from there for the event. Once again, you might see small Snapchat QR codes all across the hall in case you want to have an access to your photographs. With this, we conclude the knowledge session 2. Today's insights show technology and innovation are the true drivers of Viksit Bharat. Let us carry these ideas forward to transform the challenges into opportunities for our nation's growth. Moving ahead, to acknowledge the guidance, efforts and contribution behind today's session, I invite Mr. Abhishek Kumar, President of EAI, and CA Shashi Mohan, Director of EAI, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Archie. So finally we are here, and thank you all the esteemed speakers. Thank you all the entrepreneurs, all the awardees, national awardees, incubator awardees, then all the entrepreneurs who received Bharat Entrepreneur Award. I thank you, everyone. I thank the supporting partners again. I thank the media people, and especially I'm thankful to all the volunteers who have helped this summit making great again. ये जैसे मैंने पहले बोला था, this is not a one-day summit. We will work for next 1 year again with different business development processes, workshop, meetup, brainstorming sessions. वो हम लोग मिलके साथ में कर सकते हैं और हम लोग करते आए हैं. Whoever want to connect to any speakers or any ministries, even who are not here, we will try to connect them. And कोई भी business proposals को discuss करना चाहता, they are very much welcome to EI office. So I thank all the volunteers, and also the best part is that we all feel कि सारे अलग-अलग states से हम लोग यहाँ पे we we come here. Definitely believe that the objective of this platform to integrate all the state level entrepreneurial ecosystem, चाहे वो startups हो, entrepreneurs हो, या वो incubation centers हो, enterprise development institutions हो, financial institutions हो, उनको एक platform लाने की जो हमारी कोशिश है, वो सब हम लोग मिलके करते रहेंगे. And the lunch is waiting for you. Thank you again, and let's take time to join and network, and let's talk business again at the lunch. I will also request all the volunteers at the same time to come on the stage, ताकि सारे volunteers एक साथ, because this complete जो summit है वो जैसा मैंने पहले बताया कि volunteer लोग मिलकर organize करते हैं, तो we definitely should be grateful to them. सारे वॉलंटियर्स का रिक्वेस्ट, पहले तो सारे वॉलंटियर्स के लिए क्लैप सही में होता है, और क्योंकि जितने लोगों का भी जो आज के दिन आए और जो 2.5 महीने 3 महीने से कॉलिंग कर रहे हैं, फॉलो अप कर रहे हैं, डॉक्यूमेंट्स मंगवा रहे हैं, या एंट्री आईडी जनरेट कर रहे हैं, या जो भी स्नैपशेयर हमारे AI फोटो पार्टनर बना है, that's very good for all the people who wanted their photographs, जो हमारे मीडिया की टीम है, तो ये सबके लिए we need clapping, they all need appreciation. I request all the volunteers, आप लोग सब लोग आ जाओ स्टेज पे, and we will have a quick photograph, and then we will go for lunch. लंच में बहुत लोग वेट कर रहे हैं, और जल्दी आओ, अदरवाइज सब लोग का दुआ हम लोग को लगने लगेगा, भूख लगी होगी. यहाँ पे जयपाल जी कैसे फोटोग्राफ? Archie, thank you Archie for wonderful anchoring. Archie and team official. सचिन, और बाहर में बोल दो ना, और कुछ वॉलंटियर तो रहना जाए. वॉलंटियर्स आप लोग आ लो. ग्रुप फोटोग्राफी, द लास्ट फोटोग्राफ आज का सेशन का, प्लीज. मैम अमित फटाफट सब लोग इंडिविजुअल फटाफट सब लोग एक साथ आ जाओ. रुक जाओ. And someone can like Photoshop an image between them. Thank you so much. I request everyone to join for lunch. It's on the second floor.
जयपाल जी